You know that feeling when you sit down at the end of the month and go through your bank statement only to realize that hundreds or even thousands of dollars have just vanished? You didn't make any huge purchases. You didn't go on a vacation. Yet somehow the money is just gone. Well, here's the thing that most people don't realize. That missing money isn't gone because of one catastrophic purchase. It's gone because of 1,000 tiny purchases that individually seemed so inconsequential that you didn't even track them. My name is Emmy, and I spend way too much time thinking about money and why people with solid incomes somehow still struggle to build any real wealth. If you've ever wondered where your money actually goes and how to stop the silent financial drain that's happening right now, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Here's what's really interesting. Death by 1,000 cuts is the best way to describe how most people destroy their wealth. It's not dramatic. It's just a slow, relentless drain that happens so gradually you barely notice it until years have passed. The worst part is that these silent spending habits feel completely innocent. You're not feeling irresponsible when you make these purchases. You're just living your life. And somewhere along the way, your financial goals got buried under an avalanche of small decisions. Let's start with one of the most insidious wealth killers: subscriptions. The average American spends over $1,600 per year on subscription services. And here's the crazy part. Over 85% of subscribers have at least one subscription they're not using every month. You're literally throwing money away on services you forgot existed. What starts as one streaming service quickly turns into 7. You add a meal kit service, premium apps, a membership box, cloud storage. Each one feels like no big deal. It's just $15 a month, right? 2 subscriptions at $15 each means you're spending $360 a year. But the average person can't even accurately tell you how many subscriptions they actually have. We think we have 4 or 5, but we actually have 12. 12 subscriptions bleeding you dry every single month. That's because subscription services are specifically designed to stay in the background, automatically charging your card without drawing attention to themselves. The companies know exactly what they're doing. If they made you consciously decide every month about keeping the service, most people would cancel it. So they make cancellation absurdly difficult, buried under layers of menus. This is called dark patterns, deceptive design tricks that manipulate you into staying subscribed. Most people are just letting hundreds of dollars slip away every month on subscriptions they completely forgot about. Now let's talk about something that might be even more dangerous: lifestyle inflation. This is what happens when your income goes up and your spending somehow goes up by an even larger percentage. It's why people who make 6 figures are living paycheck to paycheck. Because the moment they got that raise, they thought, okay, I make this much now, so I need to update my lifestyle accordingly. I need a fancier apartment. I need a better car. I need to eat at nicer restaurants. The problem is this compounds over time. Each raise leads to another lifestyle upgrade, and before you know it, you've locked yourself into an expensive lifestyle that requires massive income just to maintain. Any disruption in income, any unexpected expense, and you're in serious trouble because you've structured your entire life around spending at a certain level. Here's a number that should terrify you. Between 2022 and 2023, U.S. consumer spending grew by nearly 6% across all income brackets. But savings? Savings stayed basically flat. Only around half of American adults have enough money to cover 3 months of expenses. As people earn more, they're spending nearly all of it. This is lifestyle inflation in action, and it's absolutely devastating. Let's say you get a raise that adds $500 monthly. If you invested that instead of spending it, it would grow to over $440,000 in 25 years at a 7% return. Think about that. A single raise could potentially be worth $500,000 in future wealth. But most people don't invest the raise. They spend it, they upgrade their apartment, they buy nicer furniture, they eat out more often, and that $440,000 literally disappears. But here's where things get even trickier. The treat yourself culture has become deeply embedded in how we think about money and self-care. You work hard, so you deserve to reward yourself. You had a rough day, so you deserve that nice dinner. It sounds reasonable. It sounds like self-care. But here's what's actually happening. A treat yourself habit every day can easily add up to hundreds monthly. Someone treating themselves 3 times a week at $20 each is spending $240 per month. That's $2,880 per year. If they invested that at 7% over 30 years, it would grow to approximately $227,000. But it gets worse because this mentality escalates. What started as a $10 treat becomes a $25 treat, then a $50 weekend indulgence. Each reward feels justified. You earned it. You deserve it. But you're really training your brain to seek emotional rewards through spending. Every stressful day teaches your brain that the solution is to buy something. You're creating a psychological dependency on spending as stress relief. And once that's installed, it's incredibly hard to break because the behavior feels virtuous rather than wasteful. That's the psychological trap that makes this dangerous. Now, let me give you one of the most commonly cited examples of silent wealth destruction. The daily coffee shop habit. It seems so trivial. $5 a day. How much could that possibly matter? Well, if you spend $5 daily on coffee, that's $1,825 per year. If you invested that at a 7% return over 20 years, it would grow to approximately $65,000. Not bad for just skipping coffee, right? But it gets worse. Most people don't stop at one coffee. They add a pastry. They upgrade to a premium drink. They grab a snack while waiting in line. Someone spending $7 daily would accumulate $2,555 annually, which over 25 years at 8% return could grow to over $200,000. $200,000 from coffee. The thing that makes this habit particularly insidious is that it's completely normalized. Professionals treat their daily coffee ritual as non-negotiable, something they can't live without. People categorize these purchases as necessities rather than luxuries, which prevents them from even considering cutting back. Your coffee is a necessity. It's how you wake up. It's part of your routine. It doesn't feel like a choice. It feels automatic, which is exactly why so many people can't break the habit, even when they know it's costing them a fortune. But we're not done yet. Let me tell you about something that might be even worse than coffee. The vehicle purchase decision. This is one of the most financially damaging choices most people make. Buying that new luxury vehicle might feel amazing in the moment, but the wealth destruction is brutal. For a 30-year-old, every $15,000 in additional car loan could cost your future retired self $250,000 at 8% returns. A $15,000 car purchase isn't just costing you $15,000. It's costing you $250,000 in lost future wealth. And new vehicles depreciate instantly. The moment you drive off the lot, it loses 20% of its value immediately. In 2025, 19.3% of consumers who financed a new vehicle had payments of $1,000 or more per month, and 57% of car buyers purchased a vehicle at the top end of their budget. These are regular people buying vehicles they can barely afford, prioritizing how the car looks over their entire financial future. Instead of buying a quality pre-owned vehicle and investing the difference, they're locked into years of massive payments that slow their wealth accumulation. And then there are the hidden fees that quietly steal your money. Most consumers fail to audit their accounts regularly, so they continue paying fees they never knew existed. Credit card fees, banking fees, investment fees, loan refinancing fees, each individually small, but they compound year after year. Successful investors understand that even small charges on investments compound significantly over time, so they deliberately choose low-cost options and fee-free services. But most people just accept whatever fees come with their accounts without question. They don't realize that an investment account with a 1% annual fee versus 0.1% might cost you over $100,000 in lost wealth over decades. That predictability masks the cumulative cost. You don't see it all at once. It just bleeds away, year after year, slowly destroying your future wealth. So here's what I need you to understand. Your wealth isn't being destroyed by one catastrophic mistake. It's being destroyed by 1,000 tiny decisions that individually seem harmless, but collectively add up to financial disaster. Subscriptions you forgot about, lifestyle upgrades that match your income. Treat yourself rewards that happen every day. Daily coffee shop visits, car purchases you can't afford, hidden fees in your accounts. These are psychological traps designed to be invisible. The companies profiting from these habits have teams of psychologists making them hard to resist. Now that you know what these habits are and how much they cost, you have the power to change them. Audit those subscriptions and cancel the ones you don't use. Break the treat yourself cycle. Cut back on coffee and invest that money. Make smarter vehicle choices. Start today. Cancel one subscription. Skip the coffee once and put that $5 into your account. Small actions repeated create massive results over time.